Hello F10 Fantastic, my name is Luke and this week we are talking about shoes. There isn't really very much for me to talk about for this topic. It's not a really big topic, so this video is going to be kind of quick. I'm sorry my video is a little bit late. I've actually been spending a lot of time trying to organize adopting a kitten. And I was also coming back to Australia after spending time in the holidays in Hong Kong. This is Minerva. And I got her this morning. She settled in quite well. Say hello. She also looks quite a bit like Emil's cat, which is really funny. If you hear a little bit of a dingle or a couple bells, that's her in the background. Anyway, so this week's topic is shoes. The first thing that comes to mind when talking about shoes is probably feet dysphoria. I have quite a bit of feet dysphoria. I've got pretty small feet. I wear shoes that are a couple sizes too big, to be completely honest. Part of that's because of my feet dysphoria, and I kind of want to wear bigger shoes, and I feel more comfortable wearing bigger shoes. Also because I've actually got a bit of a wide foot, so having a smaller shoe feels a little bit tight and quite uncomfortable, and I also have to wear orthotics, so I wear bigger shoes anyway. I get a lot of feet pain, and I get a lot of issues with circulation with my feet. So I have to be pretty careful with what shoes I wear. I usually wear Vans like this. These ones are, I think, size 40 European. I don't know what that is in American sizes. That's the shoes I wear. I'm probably a bit smaller, but I wear slightly bigger because, one, it's easier to find shoes if I'm buying shoes in Australia. Not that I really do that very often. Also, it makes me feel more comfortable because of my orthotics as well as size-wise. I used to wear a lot of Converses. I don't know why, but I've kind of associated them with being feminine because I wore them a lot pre-transition. So now when I wear Converses, even though they're gender neutral shoes, I feel a little bit weird about wearing them. So I haven't worn Converses since really transitioning, which is a bit odd. I don't really like boots. I'm pretty classic when it comes to my shoes. I have nicer shoes. I have some brown suede shoes and I've got some navy blue suede shoes for more formal occasions, and I also wear dress shoes as well. I've got some like black dress shoes, but besides that, I pretty much live in Vans. They're the shoes I wear. I don't really like wearing flip-flops because they make me feel kind of dysphoric and make it very clear how big your feet are. So when it comes to sports shoes and cleats and stuff like that, I try to wear the correct size, but still I have to have a slightly bigger for my orthotics anyway. Talking about that, if I didn't have orthotics and if I didn't have to wear bigger shoes, I still probably would because of the dysphoria. Obviously, you can just live your entire life wearing shoes that are slightly too big for you, but that can cause problems. Realistically, if you are a size 6 and you wear size 10 shoes everywhere, they're gonna be like flippers and they're not gonna be doing their sole purpose. And the main purpose of a shoe is to support your foot and to protect your foot. Realistically, it doesn't matter what size they are, it doesn't matter what section they're from, their main job is to do that. If they look cool, cool. Don't get hung up about buying shoes in certain sections, like particularly when it comes to sports shoes. I buy a lot of sports shoes from the boys section or even women's shoes. If you can't find them in the right size, sometimes you feel a little bit uncomfortable going to the female section, but they're literally the same shoe. And there might be slightly different colors or slightly different options, but in essence they're very similar, so it's not really going to be a big deal. You can get gender neutral shoes, like even if they're in the women's section. It just means that the sizes are slightly smaller because women typically have smaller feet, like obviously not always. Kids shoes is a good way to go as well if you've got pretty small feet. I'm lucky that I'm kind of borderline. I can find guys shoes in my size, but I know some people can't. You can find kid shoes that are pretty similar to adult shoes. I'm pretty sure you can get Vans that are like this big for toddlers, and they're the exact same thing. Don't be afraid to go to different sections than just the men's section if you can't find shoes in your size, because I promise you they're basically the exact same thing. They're just slapped on a different label. If they're kid shoes, they're a heck of a lot cheaper, and if they're women's shoes, they're not women's shoes, they're just shoes. And it's stupid that they're gendered, but like seriously, they're the same thing. Like, don't worry about it. I think that's all I've got to say for this video. There isn't very much to talk about. I hope you guys are having a good day. I hope you guys have a good week, and I'll see you next week. Bye.